Pap upstairs. And I don't know if that's insinuating that he's not upstairs or that you guys think that I would just say that. I don't know. But truth of the matter being, he do be upstairs. Just like right now, he's in the room. So I don't know what y'all mean by that, but he'd be like, really, we got listening together all the time. And sometimes when we're not together, he's handling business, which we all have business to handle. But I don't know, it's like, that's not something I find offensive. But let me know, hold on. Wait a minute now. Let me know if some of y'all are trying to be offensive when you say it so I know how to respond, even in person. If you're doing it to try to be like, oh, like trying to be funny or trying to troll me, let me know. Let me know, because either way, it's cool. But just know that when you, especially for in person, if you say that and you're trying to be like funny.
Hey y'all. I'm getting ready to go to this event with Papoose. This is my look for today. I'll be posting pictures in just a second. I want to get on here to tell y'all to be happy, to be confident, to be beautiful, to be nice, to be kind, to be ambitious, to be different, you know. And don't let others discourage you from being who you really are. Love on yourself however you see fit. Know that when others are insulting you, it's because they feel that way about themselves. They are miserable. They need prayer. So instead of engaging back with negativity, just, block them and move on with your life.
Let's take a moment and really talk about this. There's something happening with Claressa Shields right now that feels bigger than gossip, bigger than internet chatter, and definitely bigger than a few viral clips. It feels like a turning point, not just in her career, but in her life. For years, people have admired her strength. They've watched her dominate inside the ring with a kind of focus that borders on frightening. When she's training, when she's preparing for a fight, when she's locked in, that's where she looks the most alive. That's where everything makes sense for her. But recently, she opened up in a way that caught everyone off guard. She admitted that when she's not in camp, when she's not training or preparing for battle, life feels different. Empty, irritating, misaligned. She said she feels more grounded, more connected to discipline, and even to God when she's in camp. But outside of that structure, things start to unravel. Small problems feel big. Emotions hit harder. Anger creeps in. That kind of honesty takes courage. And it also tells us something important. Even champions struggle when the gloves come off. The noise around her. The internet has been loud, relentless. Opinions flying in every direction. But here's the truth. Most people are not rooting for her downfall. They're not waiting to see her crash. They're not celebrating chaos. They're hoping she wakes up before the chaos swallows her. Because lately, she's been caught up in drama that doesn't match her greatness. There's ongoing talk about her involvement with Papoose, a man who has long been publicly connected to Remy Ma. A marriage that has lasted for years. A family with history. A child involved. That's where things get messy. If a man is single, no one cares. Date who you want. Live your life. But when there's a long-term marriage in the picture, when there's a family that could be affected, the situation becomes heavier, more complicated, more painful. And whether she intended it or not, Claressa found herself in the middle of something that was bound to explode. This didn't happen overnight. The situation didn't appear out of thin air. Rumors have followed her before. There were whispers years ago about a former trainer. Claims, never officially confirmed, that boundaries were crossed while he was still married. Again, nothing proven, just chatter. But even rumors, when repeated enough, start shaping perception. And perception matters when you are a public figure trying to build an empire. If peace is the goal, patterns have to be examined. Because real peace doesn't grow in drama. It grows in clarity, in boundaries, in choosing situations that don't threaten your stability. Right now, she's standing at a crossroads. Why it hurts to watch. What makes this harder is knowing who she is. Claressa Shields is not just another athlete chasing attention. She's one of the most accomplished fighters in boxing history. She won Olympic gold in London in 2012. She did it again in Rio in 2016. That made her the first American boxer, male or female, to win back-to-back Olympic gold medals in her division. Let that sink in. She didn't just compete.
Third thing, I am so smart and so intelligent. Can't nobody try to get down on me or snake me or anything. So y'all got to stop with that. I don't even like that narrative. I wish y'all would stop. It's like y'all just believe anything that anybody say.
The love is genuine. You can tell it's a different feel. Babyface was right on that song. She got that whip appeal. Stole her heart like a ball player. I be getting steals and I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. And I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. This ain't that fake vibe that you used to. Nah, this shit is real. I'm so allergic to fake people, I need some Benadryl. She fight for the people. George Floyd, Emmett Till, Olympic winner, first female boxer to get a meal. February 22nd, they gonna say it's still. Buy your tickets now, support. We ain't giving deals. Hey, look, y'all, that's all I got to say.
He said, why, Pap? Why not, Pap? Why not? He fine. He tall. He got good skin. He's seasoned. He's a little older than me. What? You want me to go into more detail? He's smart. He can rap. I love hearing his voice, the way he talks to me, when he whisper, or when he just talks to me, what? Come on now. Talking about some why Pap, why not Pap, and why not the GOAT, honey?
Because every time I've asked you in the past, even when it hasn't been good between you, you've always said that. Like, I just hope he gets help. I hope he gets himself together.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson had to get sat down for 3 years for something that he did or didn't do, however it went. I think that sometimes it takes us to have to be held accountable, and maybe if he sit down for a year and really have to look within himself and find himself, maybe he can, become better, because he's a hell of a fighter.
Just back to me, just having like another, I'm just super irritable, and I'm not as responsible as I would like to be, and I just don't feel as close to God when I'm out of camp. I feel like things that should not bother me so much when I'm out of camp. So I enjoy boxing camps is where I belong. I feel like stuff that will bother me when I'm not training don't bother. It's like nothing bothers me while I'm training. It's like the only thing I care about is boxing. It's not about boxing or selling my tickets or making a huge event, promoting my fight, getting faster, stronger, better, getting healthier. I just don't care.
Right. So I don't really got nothing bad to say about him, you know what I'm saying? I really do wish him the best. And praying for him and his family and stuff.
She made history. Then she went professional and became a multi-division world champion. She's held the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO titles across multiple weight classes. That's why fans call her the GWOT, the greatest woman of all time. You don't earn that nickname by accident. You earn it through blood, through sweat, through waking up before sunrise when nobody's clapping for you, through fighting battles that most people will never understand. So when someone that powerful gets entangled in something that looks reckless, it feels frustrating. Not because people hate her, because they know she deserves better. Training camp, her safe space. When Claressa talks about training camp, her tone changes. She says that when she's in camp, nothing else matters. She doesn't care about social media. She doesn't care about arguments. She doesn't care about outside noise. It's just boxing. Getting faster. Getting stronger. Selling tickets. Promoting the fight. Sharpening her mind. In camp, she feels disciplined. Focused. Close to God. Outside of camp, she says she becomes irritable. Less responsible than she'd like to be. Emotionally unsettled. That's not weakness. That's awareness. And awareness is the first step toward growth. The image problem. Let's talk about something uncomfortable but real. Presentation matters. Nobody is asking her to change who she is. Authenticity is power. But when she sits casually during interviews with her feet on tables or leans too far into playful chaos, some people interpret it as unpolished. And in industries already stacked against her, those small things get magnified. It's not fair, but it's real. Claressa has fought too hard to let small, avoidable moments distract from her brilliance. She doesn't need theatrics. She doesn't need online stunts. She doesn't need to prove anything by posting about her hair or clapping back at trolls. Her resume speaks louder than any caption ever could. The film that changed the conversation. Her film, The Fire Inside, peeled back layers many people never saw. It showed her childhood in Flint, Michigan. The poverty, the instability, the trauma. It showed how she wasn't just fighting in the ring. She was fighting at home. Reports have spoken about abuse she endured growing up, about her carrying adult responsibilities as a teenager, about helping feed siblings, about surviving situations that would break most people. When you understand that background, her intensity makes sense. Her edge isn't arrogance. It's armor. For years, brands passed her over. She brought home Olympic gold and still struggled for major endorsements. Meanwhile, other athletes, often white athletes, were handed sponsorships quickly. That reality is painful. She stood on the world stage representing her country and still had to fight for recognition. Anyone would grow a tough shell in that environment. Why she's frustrated. People sometimes mistake her frustration for ego. It's not ego. It's exhaustion. Imagine winning 2 Olympic gold medals and still feeling like your phone isn't ringing the way it should. Imagine watching others with less accomplishment receive more financial backing. Imagine constantly being told you're too loud or too bold when what you really are is confident and unapologetic. That wears on a person, especially someone who grew up with nothing. She clawed her way out of impossible circumstances. She carried family responsibilities before she was even an adult. So yes, she wants luxury now. She wants meaningful love. She wants success that matches her effort. She earned it. The management deal. When she signed a management deal with Papoose, people started whispering. Some said she reached out to him for business reasons, to handle branding better, to open doors that had remained closed. But critics questioned why she didn't go through Remy first, since there was already a public connection. Instead, it appeared she went directly to him. And from there, rumors grew that business blurred into something more personal. Whether that's true or exaggerated, the optics are complicated. When emotions and business mix, things rarely stay simple. The fatal attraction energy. Online chatter even began comparing the situation to the movie Fatal Attraction, the idea of someone becoming emotionally entangled in a way that spirals out of control. That comparison might be dramatic, but it reflects how intense the public perception has become. The internet notices everything. Hair changes, style shifts, body language, tone. Some people have even claimed she's mimicking Remy's style. Whether that's coincidence or projection, it feeds the narrative. And narratives can be dangerous. She needs to protect her image now, before a story becomes bigger than the truth. She's still human. Here's the part people forget. Claressa Shields is 29 years old. Yes, she's a legend. Yes, she's a world champion. But she's still human. Still growing. Still figuring out relationships. Still learning what peace looks like outside of a boxing ring. Growth is not instant. Some people repeat patterns before they break them. That doesn't make them evil. It makes them human. Flint never left her. Flint, Michigan, raised her. And Flint still stands behind her. That loyalty runs deep. When people from her hometown defend her online, it's not blind support. It's pride. They watched her rise from nothing. They know her heart. But even love sometimes has to come with accountability. Tough love isn't hate. It's saying, you're too great for this. What she needs now. She doesn't need more drama. She doesn't need more public battles. She needs clarity. She needs a circle that protects her, not exploits her. Some people around her genuinely want to see her win. Others may benefit from her name. She has to learn the difference. When Claressa is locked in, nobody can touch her. That focus, that discipline, that is her superpower. If she channels that same energy into her personal life, there's nothing she can't fix. the bigger picture. This isn't just about relationships. It's about legacy. Claressa Shields has already secured her place in history, but how she moves now will shape how that history is remembered. Will this chapter become a scandal? Or will it become the moment she evolved? The world loves a comeback story. And if anyone knows how to fight back from pressure, it's her. Final thoughts. At the end of the day, she is more than headlines. She is a two-time Olympic gold medalist. She is a multi-division world champion. She is a survivor of trauma. She is a woman who fought her way out of darkness. That kind of strength doesn't disappear because of one messy chapter. If anything, it prepares her to rise higher. Now it's about choices, about moving smarter, about protecting her peace the same way she protects her title belts. Because when Claressa Shields wins, not just in the ring but in life, it's bigger than boxing. It's a victory for every girl who grew up in chaos and refused to stay there. The gloves may come off sometimes, but the fight for growth? That never stops.